It's time for some science!
G'day friends, welcome to episode 2 of Wasteland Science. Today I'm going to answer the question, how do I get around the map without caps? Literally just yesterday, an 84-year-old homeless woman at a bus shelter sat me down, poured me an old shoe of her finest cold tea from a Ziploc bag, and asked me, "Yo, artilleryman, you rugged scientifical beast. How do I get to a queen fight if I have no caps or I'm over encumbered?" I told her I'd find the most scientifically sound method and upload it today. She was so thankful she proceeded to urinate right there on the bus shelter floor. Now the goal is to get from my camp next to White Springs Station down to where scorched earth occurs without fast travelling. Science has deduced that the best method available is the yeet cannon. I recommend using an umbrella at all times in case bus shelter Doris decides to use this method. We just have to use our marker to adjust our aim. Okay, well, we hit the height barrier and lost a lot of altitude, but we should be okay. At least we know even the power of a yeet cannon can't bypass the height barrier teleportation. I recommend using power armor for the yeeting, or else you will likely not survive the trip.
And now for something completely different.
And we've hit the invisible wall at the edge of the map. Luckily we lost a lot of height at the barrier because you slide down the invisible wall at approximately the same speed as a random squad fill coming to res you in nuclear winter when you get knocked. I'll time the trip down and see how long it takes from this height to reach the ground again.
Completely different.
There we have it. A totally reliable and safe way to get around with no fast travel. Just need to work on the aim a bit. Now I don't know how many people have noticed this, but when someone loads into a server, it places them here temporarily, just north of White Springs. They don't appear at ground level, and I don't think it's above ground, so I'm going to venture underground and see what I can find in this spot. So as I was building down, I realised that once I got too far below the map, I ran into this issue where I couldn't use camp objects to breach the ground and get to my camp. I figured out this ingenious method for getting back to my camp so I could continue my research. Alright, so we've reached the teleport barrier under the map. Let's get back down there and see if we can't see anything weird. Let's have a good look around in camera mode to increase our draw distance. Oh, I see something. What is that? Looks like some kind of statue. Maybe it's the player spawn point. It's in the exact spot people show up on the map as they load into a server. I'll see if I can't get a better angle because I saw something else down there right at render distance. There it is. Looks like a weapon workbench. Maybe that gives you your inventory as you load in. Now I need to try and breach the teleport barrier and see if I can get down there. My first idea is to try and breach the barrier using power armor. Maybe if I can get through with the animation, it'll let me stay. Looks promising. Oh, it sent me back up. My second idea was to try and use a cooking pot or something, but down this low, these camp items seem to lose their interactiveness. My last idea was to try and place a camp unit as low as possible and see if it breaks the barrier. I've placed down a ghost collectron, and it looks like my unit can go down. That should be right on the barrier. The platform I am on is under the point I could get to previously. I'll place down a stove and see if I can use it. Nope, just like before, I can't interact with it. Well, I just fell, and now I'm standing lower than I could previously. It seems the stove is able to be used again, which is odd. It seems my camp unit has either broken or moved the barrier. Let's see how much lower I can get. Well, this is promising. I'm about 1 to 1.5 floors below where the barrier previously was, and it seems I can still build here. Oh wow, I can even get all the way onto this platform. Oh, never mind. It appears I've just moved the barrier down slightly. Where it is, this method of placing floating camp units will be patched in about an hour, so unfortunately I won't be able to build my way down there one floor at a time. Well, that concludes this episode of Wasteland Science. Please consider liking and or subscribing. It helps me out a lot. Smell you later, nerd.